Batman has officially been rebooted for the first time in almost 10 years, and we're about to cover the entire first issue of his new series from start to finish.
Peak fiction incoming.
So initially the story picks up in downtown Gotham City with Jim Gordon, who is now just a regular police officer, and his partner Officer Espinoza making a quick stop at a local convenience store so Jim could get a hot cup of coffee despite the fact that it was a scorching hot day in the summer. However, Jim wasn't really able to enjoy his cup of coffee for too long, because moments later none other than Killer Croc came pouncing onto a nearby meat truck to steal a bunch of meat before fleeing the scene. So Officer Espinoza started freaking out and panicking, trying to figure out what their approach to the incident should be, but thanks to his many years of experience with this town, Jim knew that a situation like this called for backup, and by backup he meant none other than Batman himself. That's when the story jumps over to Bruce looking out of the giant hole Croc created while breaking out of Arkham Towers, expressing that he was getting pretty tired of having to deal with these sorts of scenarios. Killer Croc's doctor, Dr. Zeller, would then explain that they were just as surprised as Batman was because Wayland admitted himself into the towers and could have left any time he wanted without question. So not only did he break out of there for no reason, but they didn't know how he was powerful enough to do so because the unit was supposed to be durable enough to withstand a bomb blast. Batman then goes on to respond that he actually wasn't surprised at all, indicating that Killer Croc hasn't been Wayland Jones for a long time, and just like the rest of his rogues gallery, he knew that Wayland would eventually disappoint him in one way or another because people never really change. According to Dr. Zeller though, changing was exactly what Wayland was doing, because when he started shedding his skin recently, somehow the shedding went deeper as if he were shedding on the inside of his body as well, resulting in the regression of his mind and resulting in a childlike state of mind. So she believed that even though he was still capable of great violence, he was also capable of great tenderness, but he was also more afraid than ever right now. After that, Bruce asked if she'd already called the police, and Zeller was offended by this question because although she was new around these parts, she wasn't stupid and knew that calling Batman first was much more reasonable. So Bruce told her to stall for as long as possible when the police eventually did show up, because if they found Croc before he did, they'd probably end up killing him. After that, he indicated he was going to do everything he could to bring back her patient alive before jumping out of the building and deploying his new Batwing glider. It's here that we're given a bunch of local news snippets and given an idea of what's been going on in Gotham City lately. Some people were claiming that some type of weird green gas was coming up from the sewers near their children's schools. Others were discussing how Gotham had a ninja problem thanks to unregulated dojos, and unsurprisingly, Commissioner Vandal Savage refused to speak on the alarming crime rates that were falsely being reported as getting better. The story then takes things over to Gotham City's police department, where Vandal Savage himself was hosting a meeting with most of Gotham's police force. It's here that he announces that he's deploying tactical urban combat officers to multiply the department's presence